Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I'm just gonna be talking about the Coleman hot water on demand, the original hot water on demand that has been discontinued. All right, I'm gonna talk about the positives and the negatives of this unit. Um, Positives of this unit. I believe the water heats up to as much as 190 degrees. And if you press the knob in the red section and you hold it there, you might be able to get the water a lot hotter than that. And with water that hot, you can pretty much cook with it. You could use that water for noodles, soups, cooking, or whatever. All right, that's one of the positive things about it. The newer model, the H2O Oasis, I believe the highest temperature that goes up to is about 120 degrees, which is pretty hot, but you're not going to be able to use that for soup or anything. Um, Second positive about this, when it works really, really well. The water gets hot pretty fast, and you can change the temperature of the water pretty good. I mean, it was pretty precise as far as changing the temperature of the water from hot to cold. Not from hot to cold, but from warm to warmer. So that worked out pretty good. As far as the water pressure is concerned, the water pressure on this unit was pretty decent water pressure. Good enough that, good enough for you to take a shower or do whatever you need to do with it. Um, as far as the negatives of this unit, I believe that the negatives of this unit actually outweigh the positives of this unit. Um, as far as I know, a lot of these units have a defect in it. Um, it will work well up until a certain point. If you use it enough, what it's going to do is it'll break down on you. And when I say break down on you, I mean the one major issue that a lot of people have with this unit is they'll try to fire it up, and this is after you've used it for a short while. You're gonna try to power it up, fire it up. I mean, and it'll probably light up for a second or 2 seconds or a short period of time, and the fire will go out after that, which is a real pain in the ass. And after that, it'll work intermittently. So, I mean, if it doesn't work um, at the time that you try it, it might work 3 days afterwards. It might work, you know, a couple of days afterwards. But then it goes back to having the same issue where you try to fire it up and it'll fire it up for like a second or two, and then and then it'll just frustrate the hell out of you because you just keep on trying and trying and trying and trying, and nothing will get it to fire up. Now, this is a well-known issue, and there are YouTube videos out there to try to fix this issue. Apparently, there's a spinner in the unit that you gotta take out, or you gotta disconnect from the pipe, and blow some air in it, and apparently that's supposed to resolve the issue. Well, I don't know how that works for some people, but personally with me, I've tried it a couple of times, and it might start up once or twice afterwards, the way it's supposed to start up, but it would just go back to doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. So there's a lot of so that defect is a huge defect. It's a huge defect because the unit was very expensive, and is discontinued. And you try to get on eBay, it's very expensive. There are no you can't buy parts for it, um, and that's a huge issue. But moving on to another issue, the battery life. All right, the battery life on this unit after you charge it up it kind of varies. I mean, I think more often than most, a lot of people will find out that the battery um, will be dead after the first couple of uses. Um, and what would have been great on this unit is if there was a battery meter aside from the little LED that tells you that it's dead. I mean that's no, there should be a warning at least to tell you when it's about to die so that you can charge it up. On top of that, you can't use it while it's being charged, which is another inconvenience. Um, a boneheaded move when they made this unit is that they made it 100% to be a mobile unit. So if you're charging it up, that motor will not, that motor in the pump will not pump, and the unit will not fire up at all. So that's another issue, and it's a pretty big issue. If you need to take a shower and you all set to take a shower, you turn on, you know, a couple of minutes later, it's the battery's dead. It shuts off. It's not, that's a real pain in the ass. But another thing that I had issue with was the propane. I mean, there's no propane meter to tell you when the propane's about to die, when there's not a lot of propane in the tank so that you could change it out, or if the propane is the issue if it doesn't fire up. So those are huge issues. Um, as far as the size and the weight of the thing, it's I'm not gonna complain about that. I mean, it's a little bit heavy. It's a little bit big, but that's not really a big issue. You can lug it around just fine, without a problem. Um, but last issue that I had with this was fitting the tubes, the pump and the tube that runs outside the pump on the back into the little socket. They should have made like a little screw, some kind of lock mechanism for the tube line that goes to the pump, and the tube line that goes to the shower head, or to the little nozzle on top of the unit. Uh, if you've ever used this, you know that the lock on it, the semi lock on it, is kind of flimsy. It's a plastic little socket that you push in, and it doesn't lock quite well. Um, and There might be circumstances sometimes where it'll come unhinged, and you're gonna get a puddle of water all over the place, which is a real pain in the ass. They should have installed a real lock mechanism to keep it from coming off the little support um, socket. But aside from that, they're not making this unit anymore. I've had two of these units, and I mean, they work great when they did work, for the little amount of time that I've had them when they worked. But when they didn't work, troubleshooting the thing was an absolute pain in the ass, and it did nothing but trouble. Um, Currently, I am using the H2 Oasis, which is a smaller version of this. It doesn't put out water that's boiling or as hot as this, but it works out pretty well. And I've had that for about 5 months, used it quite a bit, and I haven't had any kind of issues that I've had with this unit. Um, but lastly, one last thing that I forgot to mention about this unit is um, when it starts malfunctioning on you, as far as it not lighting up. When you do get it to light up, you're gonna have temperature issues. Temperature issues meaning um, there'll be times when you use it and the temperature will be locked on the highest setting. It'll be locked on the highest setting, and regardless of you know how how you turn a knob, turn it to a cooler setting or whatever, what's going to happen is it's going to stay on that setting. You're going to have to turn it off. This water will burn you. All right, it will burn you. So, and that has happened um, multiple times, and I'm pretty sure that's a reason why they've discontinued making this model.